I'm back? Maybe? Hello? Hello? Can you see or hear me? Yeah, can, like, my video isn't showing. There we go. Yeah, so I am in fact back. Right as I signed off, my wife sent me a text message saying that the kiddo had just gone to sleep for a nap. So I'll do another hour. I'll go until say 4:30. Try to get some more work done. So sorry about the psych out, and I just lost everybody who was watching. But whatever. I'll keep working, keep doing stuff. Um, which is really cool. Yeah, I just got all Chad's fixes in, which is cool. So yeah, so weapons have a base. Weapons can now have base mod. It looks like he fixed the issue with. Um, okay, so gotcha. Okay, yeah, I'm chatting with Chris real quick. Yeah, so he's having an issue where he wants to add custom notes to a mod, and I've just been really bad about why is that on this screen? Okay, let's put this over here. But yeah, if you do want to get a hold of me, go ahead and email me at joshua.skelton@gmail.com. I will try to be good about getting back to you. Sometimes I'm not, and I apologize, Chris, for not getting back to you in a timely manner. I'm not trying to avoid you. So let's do this. What Chris wants to do, and I think is a cool idea. Let me try doing it with my mods so I can feel his pain. What I want is repositories, GitHub, dollar example mods. So for my story pack, let's say I have this cool character. He has these nice items, that you can find. They kind of tell a story, but if I want to be more explicit and I want to leave little notes that kind of tell like what they were up to, how would we accomplish that? And if we can accomplish that, and if we can't, let's make it happen. So let's uninstall Javier's mod for the time being. Let's put in my example story pack, copy here, and let's take a look. Let's fire open VS Code and data items. So I think what I suggested to Chris and what is going to be kind of my first approach, this is Jason, is to add underneath maybe junk or decorations, add that as there. So let's look at Control Shift N items.dat. Let's find notes. We don't want a message file because a message file is we want it just a note text. Let's try that. Let's do this, and this is under decorations, right? Yeah. So we need to make a decorations. It looks like it's a list of entities. So junk. Let's put it right before junk. So deck orations, and that is a list. And let's just make this just a note. Let me go ahead and tidy this up. Unfortunately, the stuff we've been shipping isn't like standards compliant JSON, so that's not super great. So if we wanted to have a message file, yeah, let's do that. So let's do data, new folder, dungeon notes, and I'm going to call this new file. This is going to be mage underscore story dot or mage dash story dot dat, and then I'm just going to go over here and look at castle .dat, which is dungeon notes, which is a whole bunch of this stuff. So we just copy the whole thing and go back here and paste it in there later. And then I just want to, right now, just have a single note. So this is, I guess, is a multi-page note. So, hey, Chris, apologies for not getting back to you. Regards, Joshua. Cool. All right, so this should hook it up, I believe. So in the decorations for this, we have defined a note which pulls from mage.story. And let's see if this actually does what it ought to do. So that should be, yep, I should be working directly out of the mods directory. That's good. Let me just, I should be able to go to delve edit and just kind of test this out by dropping in, just creating a bunch of decoration items and just kind of try to just quickly just slam through a bunch of test levels. So entity, candidate basic, is there one in here or not? We don't always have, no, like decoration. Yeah, no, what I want is I'll just put a marker and decor pile, which spawns just a bunch of decor items. So this should, hopefully this should be pulling place marker, decor pile, place marker, decor pile. And I think Chad changed it here so I could say set theme. So I want to set the theme to, oh, I don't know if that matters or not. Let me, so these are notes. Yeah, that's not it. Let me just real quick take a peek over here, make sure we didn't get any errors. That looks okay. Let me look at decoration. Where do we use decoration? Find usages. We look for marker. Yeah, there's decor pile. So decor pile, markers. But maybe if Chad is still watching, what is a quick way to see if it's actually pulling in this decoration item that I defined? Dungeon main item manager. That's not marker. So I guess that's a gen info. Let me just look at where else decor pile is used. So not the editor, I want the actual generator, gen info, yep, room generator. Spawn entities from markers. Okay, so this looks like you should get a random decoration. So it looks like item manager, get random decoration. Decoration size. This is on item manager. So let's make sure that this pulls in all that good stuff. So did I run it in debug mode or not? I did not. So shift F9. Oh wait, nope. Let's cancel all these processes I have running that I don't need to have running. And then now run it in debug mode. And then right click, marker, decor. And now when I hit play, we should hit that breakpoint and we can see what's loaded. Or not? I could have swore I ran it in debug mode. I did. It's not hitting this get random decoration. Okay. Where else might it be used? Decor pile. I'm not quite sure what that's doing. Game, level. Let me throw in a breakpoint there. Not quite sure. Okay. Let's try to hit all these different branches and see what happens. There we go. Okay, cool. So marker equals decor. Gen theme.decorations. Decoration. So it looks like this is pulling from the theme. Yeah, no worries, Chris. Like I said, I just got a text message from Melissa saying that Malcolm had just fallen asleep. So I have about an hour to keep working. So no biggie. Yeah. No, again, I don't want to leave folks hanging, and this is something that people might want to do. So let's just take a look and make sure it's working. Okay, so it looks like the gen theme decoration. So it looks like it's pulling from the decorations that are defined in the theme and not in the items dot. Okay. I think that's what's happening. So it looks like there are two paths to get a piece of decoration. One is you can in say the dungeon. I think the decorations here. So this is the theme.decorations. So these are what's being pulled from for when I place a marker down, this is what is getting used for that marker. So it goes to this property and it goes from that marker. But on the other hand, things defined in the items.dat, these decorations should get pulled from the loot generator, and that happens, I believe, when when things die or when the generator decides to randomly plop down loot. So to test that out, let's look at the item manager. Let's find the usage of this, because I think it's probably within this own file actually. No. Oh, this get item. Get item. No. Yeah, right here. This is the get item. Oh yeah, this is it right here. I'm sorry. So this is what we want a general item. This is one of the roles is decoration, and where is this called from? Let me just take a peek. Can I find usages? So for the item spawner, and then make. Oh, this really isn't used. Yeah, no worries, Chris. I will figure out. Hopefully, I'll figure out a reasonable way to make this work for you. Yeah, so maybe instead of putting it in the decoration property, maybe there's a better place for this to live. What about junk? What about junk? Then that's a very small spawn chance. Basically, I guess the ideal thing would be is if it kind of would just kind of nicely integrate. Cool. Take care, Chris. See, just out of curiosity, if I copy this and I paste it into here, I'll just add it as a melee weapon. Let me save that, and then let me stop this. Do I need to, let's see, note to Chris. Okay, and then let's just launch desktop. And another thing too, I noticed, Chad, if you're still listening, is it looks like the light halos only display if the graphics settings are turned up to ultra, but the same is not true for the light halos. So that's, did it fail? Could not find any mods. Okay, so I goofed up my items somehow. Maybe this does expect it to be a type of yeah. So let me, if I remove this, does this fix it? So that might expect it to be of type weapon. Yeah, so that looks fine. So the question is, it looks like for the level uses the gentheme.decorations to get a decoration object. Otherwise, so if the theme doesn't define any decorations, then we use the get random decoration. So should we merge this with, so should this is a question, well, so we have these two, yeah. So we can get decorations from the theme or from the item list, and the question is, should we just merge those and pull a decoration from the overall list of decorations? So yeah, I mean, I could put it in the item manager if that makes sense, but then it's pulling it from, maybe it should live here in the theme. Decoration size is public or private? Okay, so let me just try to think this out. So so int total decorations equals gen theme dot decorations dot size plus game dot get item manager dot decorations dot size. So that should be all of the decorations that are, so this should be the size of the number of decorations that we have, both in the theme and defined in the item manager. We can do a roll, so we could say int random decoration index equals game.ran.nextInt, and then I think if we pass it just this total decorations, that will give us a value from 0 inclusive to the total size of decorations exclusive. So then we can say if the theme is not null and the theme decorations is not null, and random decoration index less than gen theme dot decorations dot size. So okay, so basically we figured out how many decorations there are. We roll a die between 0 and that number, exclusive, and then we see where that die roll landed, and then from there I think it's okay if we just let it grab a piece of decoration. Let me debug this just to make sure that I'm not totally like bonkers here. Okay, so carve that out, right click, marker, decor, and when I hit play we should start debugging. We are. So total decorations is 10 because there are 5 defined in each. So the random decoration index is 5. So then we should go and get a random decoration. So F8, and then these decorations.size is decoration note. But it's not pulling in the decorations here. The item manager really should just grab all the items and smoosh them together. So if I look at, I don't care about this event log, go away. So this is my mod, and I should have special junk that's a grimoire. So if I look over here at this dot junk, I should have this last one. This last one is the grimoire. Okay, that's cool. So let me give this a name. So note to Chris. Sweet. And now if I run it, let's see if I hit my breakpoint. Yeah, so empty room, add a marker for decor, hit play, and debug. Okay, F8, F8, 8, okay. So step into there. Step into there. Decorations. Yeah, there we go. So there's that new note. Decorations. This last note should be the name of note to Chris. Yeah, the mage story. That's looking right. Note to Chris. Cool. Cool. So that did smash everything together, and so let me do this. I'm going to go F8, F8, and then, so I want, can I set R to 5? No. Okay, so, but I should, I think the takeaway here is I should get it. Run. Okay, so and then marker decor pile, marker decor pile, marker decor pile. So unfortunately I had like a 1 in 11 chance of actually finding the darn thing. So we'll probably have to hit this a few times before we actually find what we're looking for, if we ever find what we're looking for, which is kind of a if. Play. Note to Chris. Yeah. 5, and it crashes because it can't find. Did I goof up the file not found? Data, messages, dungeon notes, mage story. Oh, I did not know you could do that. So, where are we grabbing? Yeah. Let me try this again, and hopefully debugging can help figure out why that did what it did. But yeah, So I did not realize you could do this, but Chad is saying you can simply just make a selection, right click, place marker, decor pile, and there we go. And I could do the same thing here, marker, place torch. Sweet. There we go. His note has to be in here, right? That's how that works. Okay, Alt tab. Okay, we can let that go for now. Yep. Because it is generating it, but now it's not finding the... Okay. Weird. Play. Bones, bones. Note. Note. Note to Chris. So inventory. Okay, continue. Let me look for note. Let me just take a. I think read is probably what's going to get invoked. I'm just going to throw some breakpoints down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I bet you inventory use goes to read. So let's see what it does. Boop. Yep. So step into message file is not null. Is not. Message manager, get message file. So let's step into this message manager. Gamed up from JSON. We might need to do. Okay, so this find internal and file in mod should do the trick. Oh wait, no, it expects it to live in messages. Okay. Okay. So I think my mod, I need to go in here and say data, new folder, messages, and then inside messages I need to put dungeon notes. So messages, dungeon note, mage story. That should be correct. Now let's try that. So there we go. Then let's just do this. Let's just go add marker torch, then remove marker, add marker decor pile, and then let's just play. Nice. Well lit area. Note, note, note. Note to Chris. 5. Hey Chris, apologies for not getting back to you. Regards, Joshua. Cool. Yeah, so that works now. So let me go ahead and take a look at those changes, make sure they're not crazy, and then I'll commit them. So let's look at changes. So basically what I'm doing is beforehand in the level.java, we were saying if decorations are provided by the theme, use those. Otherwise, go to the item manager and ask it for a decoration. So now what we're doing is I just grab the size of both the theme, the decorations defined by the theme, and then the decorations defined by the item manager. And we grab, so then we determine an index in that range, and if the index, let me make sure my logic is okay on this too. So if this is not null, and that's not null, and so this index is less than the size. So if it's of size 0, let me test what happens when this gen theme is null, or not null, but it's empty. So let me let's close all of this, close others. Let's look at dungeon generator here, and then let's go into this decorations. And let's just blow that away. So it's still defined. It's just an empty list. And then let's go to level. And then Let's see how this behaves. And is this even the desired behavior? Because this will always, if you have decorations defined in the item manager, they will always show up. Otherwise, the previous behavior would be that if you defined them for the level would override. I'm not sure. Maybe Chad, if you could weigh in on this, what you think might be the best way to go about this. If I'm just going down some crazy rabbit hole. So marker, torch, marker, decor pile. Okay, so gen theme. Okay, so it should be less than or inclusive of 0. So this should be okay, right? Because we should never have anything less than 0. So it always should just do that. Okay, cool. Continue. Continue. Nice. Okay. For some odd reason, when you enter play mode and debugging, you get some weirdness. But players, you should never see this. This should only happen to us developers, which I'm okay with that happening. Yeah. So got that. Clean up some of these breakpoints that I just don't need anymore. Continue. Okay, cool. So that looks like it's working out all right. Okay. So many torches. Okay, so I think that's okay. I think this is okay. I'm going to go ahead and commit this. Allow decorations to be pulled from both the theme and item manager. Maybe just I'll take a moment just to make sure there's not a better solution, because I mean, if people define their own custom decorations, it's always going to show up. Well, that's probably okay. That is probably okay. Commit and sync. Syncing. Cool. So let me just double check, because Chad said he fixed the issues with the shadows and the game is paused. So let's take a look. What? Did I break something? I broke something. Oh man, what did I do? Turn item manager. So item manager is no, because I screwed up items somehow. Crap. Let me changes. I think I didn't mean to do this. Not this, the info.dat. It shouldn't matter though. Sync. Yeah, so it looks like Chad snuck in a quick quick change right there, but I seem to have broken something, so let me straighten that out. Let me just go back to, just undo, cancel. Okay. So there we go. Let's add those back. But typically the item manager is only null when it fails to load stuff. So items. I don't think I've goofed stuff up there. Let me load for splash. Why would it be goofing up on splash? Let me add that breakpoint back here into level. So instance.item manager. I'm worried that this is null. So instance itself is null. Okay. Okay, so this looks like it might be an issue. Oh yeah, because I'm assuming this is non-null and then calling, okay, yeah. Yeah, that might be a better solution. So if you place it in uniques, does that change? It shouldn't change the coloring, should it? That might be a better thing to try. Let's undo that. Undo that. Okay, that should be how this should be reverting the changes I had made. And then if we, in our mod, instead of making this decorations, items.dat should be uniques. Did I? Oh, this is probably an old version of my mod. I think Chad recently updated it to be correct, because you can just define a series of uniques, as you can, like, and it should be on a parallel level to, yeah, there we go. So something like unique, and that is a list. And then for this unique, we can just drop in this this note. So let me cut that. Let me paste that. Get rid of this. Save. Then there we go. Message file. So I should be able to spawn in. Hopefully this should just work. Famous last words. It's okay. Uniques. Note to Chris. Yeah, that is also a way you can do it, Chris. Yeah, that's probably a way you can do it right now without any engine changes, which is desirable. So let me just reverting previous change. Commit. Cool. Sync. So yeah, so Chris, I will follow up with an email, but it looks like the whole kind of gist is you can place your notes in the unique field, so that way we can ensure they only show up once, which is cool. Well, I think maybe the side effect of that is it will only ever generate this note once, and you will only ever see one of these messages. I think, is that right? Which might be okay. If that's not okay, I think you can just do hard-coded notes here, where instead of having a message file, you can have a note text property. So, and stuff here, we got a note text. And here, this is a little bit more simpler, but you could say this is a note. So you would get this one, and potentially this one. I think that should be okay. That should be another way to do it. Yeah. And the other thing to make sure is the messages. If you use this message file, it is relative to data/messages. Okay, yeah, that's a more simple way to do it. And Chad says he checked in some, he ninja checked in some stuff about allowing the light shadow rendering to be more unified. So let's take a peek at that. I think it should just be perf stuff, hopefully. Play. Cool. So if I hit escape, yeah, nice. So yeah, there seems to be no issues now with the menus popping up, which is cool. It looks like I got a tweet from looks like one of the guys working on Strafe, Nick, and he suggested for the light having multiple rings, which might be doable. Let me take a quick stab at that, just to see what it looks like, just for fun, just playing around. Because I only have a few minutes left on my second stream. So for those of you who stuck around or came back, I appreciate that. Even though I kind of lost everybody, but no big deal. Import obj, shadows, sphere, import. So what I think I can do, I'm not quite sure how this works, but let's try this. So Shift A, add mesh cube, or no, Shift A, mesh cube. There we go. I'm just making a cube sphere real quick. Subdivision surface, 2 is fine. Apply cast to 1. Then I can scale this up a bit. And I wonder if I can just do duplicate, scale, flip the normals, duplicate, scale? Is that something that will work, or is that something that's just crazy talk? Okay, so we apply this. Actually, let me undo, tab, H, tab. So let me not do that. Let me, crap. Yeah, let's just try this as a very rough approximation. So what we should have is, we should have a sphere, and there should be an inner shell, and then another sphere nestled inside. Then we flip the normals on this, and let me see if this works. Export obj, shadows, sphere, export. Probably messed it up, so try again. File, export, obj, selection only, write materials, triangulate faces, export, and editor, run. I'm just seeing if I can do a cheap hack to make the multiple rings work. If not, I'm not going to sweat it too much. Torch. Remove marker. Replace entity basic. Lights. Torch. Yeah. Kind of works. Or at least it does a ring, which is interesting. Let me try to get one that's not like. Let me just raise the ceiling. Let's pull this up. There we go. So that kind of works. If I get it really close to the wall, will that make the second one appear? Yeah, there we go. Right, there we go. See? You can just hack this stuff together. Not a big deal. I don't know if that's quite the look I would want. It would probably be, let me play around with 5, Shift C, Z tab. Let's select the inner, scale it, and do to sphere. Yeah, there we go. And then select the outer, to sphere. Cool. And then, so this inner hole, we scale it like that, and then this, but do the same thing to sphere, and then pull this one up, and then file, export, obj, sphere.obj, export, and let's try this again. So WowFreak says, I always read Joshua Skeleton. Yeah, no, my last name is Skeleton. There is only one E. Which I believe is actually a town in England, but I'm not, don't quote me, I'm not 100% on that. So entity, basic, no, entity lights, torch, X, and slide that right up against the wall. Light. Yeah. So you again using the just using geometry, you can do, I guess, interesting stuff this way. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but it's an interesting experiment, and it's nice that you can do kind of this weird stuff with it. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun to play around with stuff like this. Yeah, and Chad gave me an interesting idea. I wonder if I could do something like, let me look at this, and then add the modifier for remesh. So remesh, and then block. Uncheck, remove disconnected pieces. Let me lower the octree depth. So I should get something that looks like this. I still should have that shell, and then so let me 1, 5. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here because when I go into edit mode, everything just looks like a like this. Yeah, so I still should have the shape that I want. Cool. Now if I go here, let's apply this, and then I can if I do something like select face, I select one of these little ones, this, man, this might be tricky to do. Let me try to see if I can, let me give myself a couple minutes to try to do this weird thing, and if not, I won't worry too much about it. So Shift D, selection, then let's isolate this at just a cube. Let's just real quick go to edge mode, and turn off the manipulator, and let's just seal this sucker up. Let's set the origin back to the geometry, and then okay, let's add let's add an array modifier, and then offset up to 2, Do a bunch of those, and then do another array modifier. But let's do instead of relative, let's do a constant offset of 1 or relative 0 and 0. And then how big does this? Nope. Okay, that looks correct-ish. Okay, let's isolate this. Let's try to slide this in as best we can. Okay. Unisolate. Then let's just do. Okay, let's do yet another array modifier. And then just a relative, but 1 in that direction, 0 in that direction, and I can do a bunch this way. Let's go and then I think on this one I need to go this direction. And okay. And then hopefully you can see what I'm trying to do. It's going to be a little weird. It's going to be super. So let's do array. Let's do again. Let's do relative offset 0. 1 is. Why can I not type 1? 0. And then I think I need a relative offset on one of these axes. Something like, there we go. -1. Let's do a whole bunch of these. Oh, nope. Just do that. And then do one more array modifier. We're getting there, I promise. Make that 0, make this 1, -1. And now I should be able to crank out a whole bunch of these. Okay. And then I think I can just kind of do like Alt-C mesh. And that just simply collapses all of our modifiers, and now we just have a whole bunch of little cubes. Trying to make these line up. I don't even know if the original one lines up to the grid or not. Yeah, again, it's an approximation. So A tab Z. Wow, why is it so dark? Okay. C. Something like this, and then Control I. X faces. 3 C. Control okay. Control I X faces. Control I X faces. Again, I'm just trying to. Man, this is good. I'll play around with this, but it would be nice to have a weird way of having like a pixel dither inside of this, which I don't think I'm getting, but I'll play around with it. You could do weirdness. It would be super intensive, but I can hear my son. He's awake, and I want to go hang out with him. So I think I will be gone for real this time. Have a good week, folks, and I will see you Sunday.